Yes, sir. It's the 9 to 5 Sports Guys, episode 21. It's your boy T.
Hey, that's your boy Nam. Welcome back.
And for those asking, where's TJ? He's under the weather. He got the Bud Light virus. Messing around. You got the not Corona, but Modelo. Today we switching it up. As you can see, new setting, new studio. We making moves, like literally. And we got
prices going up, man.
Yeah, the prices is going up. Thank everybody that's supporting, that's hitting us up, that's want to be featured on the podcast. We getting overwhelmed right now, so we're gonna schedule everything. Everybody's gonna get their feature. You know, everybody's gonna get a chance to chop it up with the 9 to 5 Sports Guys. But with that being said, we got two special guests in the building. Now, normally we have one special guest. But you know how we doing. We expanding, we growing.
We had to switch it up, man.
We had to switch it up. Here to my right.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? My name is Ahmed.
Okay. Here to my left.
What's going on? It's George.
Now, I know what y'all thinking in the camera when y'all see this. Like, wait a minute. Nam got a twin? It's a Nam brother right here. So, what's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. Good.
Now, y'all ready to talk sports?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, right now, let me ask you right on the spot. You don't know how I see. In your opinion, in basketball, who's the GOAT and why?
To me, let's see, based off what I've seen, is LeBron James.
LeBron James, okay.
Being that
Damn, I wish Troy was here, man. Hey, get better, Troy, you know, but go ahead.
Nah, I think LeBron James, just due to the fact that he recreated the position. I mean, he can play all five positions, and he just takes over games, and that's what I like to see in a basketball player. So, he can shut down your top player, and then also, he puts up a lot of points.
I mean, keep going. We got time. Keep going.
Hey, go ahead.
The whole episode. We give you the
Nah, I mean, yeah, I just, overall, like I said, LeBron James is just, to me, he's a transitional player. I appreciate him as a fan, and, he's just, any team he's a part of, he makes them so much better. So much better.
I wish Troy was
Troy,
here.
get better. Man. That's all I got to say. So, in your opinion, same question, who do you feel is the GOAT?
I can't pick one.
You can't?
I can't. It's between LeBron and Kobe to me.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Go ahead.
It's between them two. I feel like LeBron is just a complete player. Brings it every night. He could do everything on the floor, really. You know what I'm saying? And Kobe, he's just fearless. You know what I'm saying? He's fearless. He defends the best players. And there's nothing you're going to do to stop him. He going to go through any kind of defense.
Now, I'm assuming you're a Kobe fan.
Yeah.
Do you feel if the Lakers, when they went on their three-peat with Shaq, you think they can mess with the Bulls?
I think they can,
Which Bulls, though? Which Bulls?
Which Bulls you talking about?
Either Bulls
the first back-to-back or the second back? Or the first three-peat or the second three-peat?
Either one of them. I would say the second one because it was they had a better run, but
they can.
I believe that too. Yeah. Because people forget how dominant those Lakers team was.
Yeah.
Their competition, most of their competition was in the West.
Yeah.
And
when they had to play Sacramento, the Spurs, they had teams in the West that they was competing with at the time.
And the back-to-back team, that team was just unstoppable. Shaq was on another level.
Yeah,
and Kobe as well. Kobe,
he got better every year.
Yeah, Shaq was giving up 30-something in the finals.
Yeah, 34.
And Kobe as well. So you had two guys who you couldn't do anything about. Nothing.
Yeah, those Bulls teams, they don't have anybody that can match up with Shaq.
It's just the size. Yeah, the size for Shaq, man.
Size and the skills.
Yeah,
Shaq was very skilled too.
Now I gotta ask: Redeem Team versus Dream Team. Who y'all got in a 7-game series?
I got the Dream Team.
Okay,
I got the Dream Team simply because they got a different type of collection. They got bigs and they got wings.
Yeah,
that played at a high level. So the Redeem Team is more like a smaller team. There's a lot of wings. You know what I mean?
A lot of shooters.
Yeah.
Who you got?
To be honest with you, who was on the Redeem Team?
Just real quick, you had J. Kidd,
Wade,
Bosh, LeBron, Dwight, Melo, Kobe. That's just some of the. That was in 08.
Was Anthony Davis was on that one too?
No.
He was on the 2012
Was it
team.
Dwight
He
then?
wasn't there, yeah.
It was Dwight.
Dwight was on that team.
CP.
CP was on that team too.
Yeah, I'd still say Dream Team.
Dream
man.
team.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate those, man.
I do.
Some of the best bigs.
I'm gonna say
great.
redeem team for one thing, right?
Floor spacer.
Not only that, you have a backcourt. If I'm just starting from point guard to shooting guard, you have a backcourt of Kobe and LeBron versus Magic and Jordan. I'm taking Kobe and LeBron any day of the week. Any day of the week.
But you also said you got some of the better bigs in the league too.
Yeah, I'm just talking about from that matchup right there.
Charles.
But see, then you got Charles versus Melo. They might cancel each other out. You got Dwayne Wade coming off the bench. At that time, Dwayne Wade was one of the, if not the second best shooting guard in the league. It would have been tough in the 7-game
It's
series.
close. It's not a runaway for either.
But see, the difference is you have maybe 2 closers on that dream team. You have about 4 on a redeem team. Melo's a closer. Dwayne Wade's a closer. Kobe's one of the ultimate closers of all time.
Melo at the time too.
That's what I said. You have Melo. You know, LeBron, people are going to say he doesn't close.
CP.
You have closers on that team.
Yeah, if it comes down to it, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's hard to tell because you would also have to think about who would be the coach and what style would they play as well.
But it basically would be Krzyzewski versus Chuck Daly. Chuck Daly.
From,
so I mean,
Pistons.
that's tough, man. And they left Isaiah off the dream team too. So you still had him as a that's tough, man.
Christian Laettner made it too. Just throw that out there.
All right, who's your favorite? Like, what are your favorite basketball, football, baseball? Go down the line. Who's your favorites?
Like teams?
Yeah.
Man, teams wise, let's say basketball. Not really too big on one team because they just totally messed up. When I was younger, I liked the Pistons. I was really big in the Pistons in 01, 2000 when they had I call them the Fab Five with Ben Wallace and all them. I loved them, man. But moved to the NFL, stay in the Michigan area. I like Detroit Lions.
Okay,
way big in the NFL.
Okay,
not really big into baseball. The Tigers they just kind of went downhill. Those are the 3 main sports I watch.
Do you watch any college football, basketball?
Oh yeah, I'm a big Michigan fan.
Michigan, okay. So you just Michigan.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Everything Michigan. Man.
That's a Michigan. That's a Michigan man right here.
Yeah, I don't switch up for nothing. Yeah, I stay in the Michigan. Yeah, I have college basketball.
Okay.
I'm a big Duke fan, but let's see.
Wait,
Duke. And
my
Michigan.
fault. My something's wrong. You say that again. You who?
I'm a Duke fan.
You're
man.
Dookie?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
Devils.
Yeah.
Oh man, who you got winning today? Duke or Carolina?
Well, let's see. I want to say it's gonna be close, just like last game.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna go with the home team. I'll say Duke's gonna win, but I think it's gonna be it's gonna be low scoring to me. I think last game was kind of a fluke for it to get that high. I didn't expect it to be that close, to be honest. Carolina played probably the best game I've seen them play all season.
Okay,
and then today I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Duke's gonna probably low scoring game.
All right. Same questions. Who's your teams?
NFL, I'm a Steelers fan.
Okay.
NBA, I'm Boston right now.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of just the NBA in total. I don't really have a specific team I like.
Okay.
I watch everyone, but I've been watching Boston close this year. And then college, I'm not really a college fan either. I'm not into that.
He's a Blue Devil at heart, bro.
He thinks I'm a Blue Devil fan, but I don't really like the college game. I really start watching college during March Madness. That's when
that's legitimate.
Because if you think about it, like this year, I asked you a question like, was college basketball exciting this year?
Nah, not so.
It was terrible, man.
I mean, you have different players to watch, but it didn't have the same. Like, we got so hyped last year because of Zion. We haven't had that in a long time.
Yeah.
And nobody's been able to live up to that since. And then with Jameis from Memphis, was it Wiseman? Wiseman being out and just the whole NCAA, they got to fix that.
I mean, it's a very lackluster season because anybody's beating anybody.
Yeah.
There's no clear-cut favorite.
You had a bunch of number 1 seeds that
nobody seems like nobody wants to be number 1.
So,
for like weeks, everybody lose.
I don't know who's going to win college basketball this year.
You could argue that's exciting, though.
It is.
You could say, honestly, in the NCAA tournament, you could not say, all right, it's going to be, Kansas versus Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
You could say, like, I don't even know, an 8 seed could win it this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, to like the non-average fan is fun because you don't know
Yeah.
what's gonna happen. But there's somebody who always watches it, and you can kind of gauge this team or that team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely not been exciting to watch. I mean, I'm not. People are like, yeah, who you got winning the game?
Yeah,
Carolina. I'm like, honestly, man,
yeah.
I really don't care. Because I mean, it's like it's not fun to watch. I mean, there's no dominant player. There's nobody like, man, this guy's taking the game over.
Yeah.
I mean, even seniors now, it's like the league is transformed into a one and done.
Oh yeah.
And this year, there's no ones. It's like, I mean,
Well,
There's a couple, but they're not in the NCAA except Wiseman, of course.
Wiseman,
he got
LaMelo
suspended,
and
right?
RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
Those are the main.
Yeah. I'm talking about just this year, right?
RJ Barrett's on the Knicks.
I mean, not Barrett, but Hampton.
Hampton.
Oh,
Okay.
I
I
was
was
like,
about to
wait,
say,
man.
you
We
trying to
switching
take
up?
our players away from? Speaking of the Knicks, what do your guys take on the debacle at Madison Square Garden with Spike Lee?
You go ahead, man. Yeah, y'all go ahead.
I mean, I think the Knicks are just so bad that they're fishing for any type of story at this point. Like you're so bad on and off the court that you're worried. Not we, you guys are worried about where Spike is coming in from. Like, what difference does it make?
Man, he's been a fan for what 20, 30 years. Probably longer
Spike
than
is
that.
probably
Longer
Spike.
than that.
Yeah,
He's
40
been,
bodies
he's been
New
going
York.
to the games for
since the
over
80s. What am I
30
talking
years.
about? Yeah,
Over 30 years. But I
He's been
mean,
using that entrance for 20 plus years. And he embodies the Knicks culture, New York culture, New York basketball, New York sports, period.
so for any of you young fans that are under 28, and you will say, well, he should just knock it off. You're not even old enough to be in a conversation and talk about Spike, where he should go and what entrance. The thing is, there's a way you go about certain things. There's a way you know, if it was that big of an issue, you could talk to that man directly.
Or tell him preseason before he's been using it for 40, 50 games already.
I think like the Knicks just have a bad, like, just everything about the Knicks is just it's like a disgrace, man.
Oh yeah,
We're the biggest market in sports. You have the Yankees; they have good organization. You have the Mets; they're getting back. You know, after the debacle with Bernie Madoff and everything. The Nets, although we're gonna talk about the Nets and what they did last night, the Nets, they were in a hole. They were in a basketball graveyard.
Oh yeah,
they was giving away picks. Jason Tatum should have been theirs. Jaylen Brown should have been theirs. They had a bunch of players that they gave away for a playoff run that didn't amount to anything. But now they're starting to climb out that hole. And it's like the Knicks keep digging a hole more and more and more. And it's like, when is this going to stop? And those are saying, James Dolan, sell a team. You got a couple billion you could give him? The team is worth $4-point-something billion. Unless you're willing to throw $5-something or $6-something billion, he's not selling that team. I'm sorry. For them to be this a disgrace and be the highest value franchise in all of sports is crazy. Would you sell that?
no, definitely not.
Exactly. Now, if we really want him to sell a team, all New Yorkers, put your money together, get a couple $1 billion, and then we can sell a team. But until then, you really want to hurt his brand and hurt MSG, just stop going to the game. Simple as that.
You disrespect the infamous fan, that'll hurt him.
That is the biggest
Yeah,
thing that we have when in the culture of New York sports. Spike Lee, you don't see them doing that to Drake
or Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
yeah.
I can't think of any. I'm sure that there's a lifelong Clipper fan.
The Indian guy from Toronto.
I was about to say that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
They
I think his name is Clipper Steve or something like that. The Clipper fan that be wearing.
with the
like he gets love.
They got him. They got Billy Crystal. He's an actor, but he's
Billy Crystal. You have
personal
all
fan.
these fans that have been supporting the team, and you know Spike says something very, very impactful. He's not going back to a game this year. I think Spike should consider not going back next year neither.
Nah,
I mean, you guys did the same thing with Charles Oakley too, right? You guys threw him out of the game.
Yeah, they threw
Charles Oakley.
No, they didn't throw him out. They that was crazy. They almost did the Jazzy Jeff to Charles Oakley. Like it's
tough.
The back and forth though between the Knicks owner and Spike Lee. When I was watching the other day, Spike Lee was saying, they wouldn't let me in, but the owner was like, that never happened. I don't know why he's trying to bring drama to the organization. I'm like, I don't think Spike Lee would make that up. Yeah, why would you make that up about you? It's like, why would you? That's disrespectful.
There's no point.
There's no point. What does Spike have to gain from that?
Yeah. Oh, they didn't let me in the door. I mean, why are you gonna make that public if it's not true?
Then they're saying that they told him. Spike saying nobody told me nothing. Now, what is believable is Spike saying, if I'm late on my deposit for the season tickets, they'll be quick to hit me up. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Communication.
Yeah.
The man spent close to $10 million, and
I was like, that's what he said.
That's how you treat. That's how you treat somebody like that. Mm-hmm. Then you kicking out fans for saying sell a team. You that sensitive? You worth millions. Might even be billions.
You don't have a leg to stand on. You got to realize the fans are going to be upset.
Yeah. Thank you.
For sure.
This is not no disrespect. This is not Milwaukee. This is not even though they have strong fan base. This is New York City. If you gonna be sensitive in New York, you don't need to be in New York. It's plain and simple.
I mean, yeah, man, that's the truth. You don't need to get excited. I mean, people know. Okay, where's the Milwaukee Bucks play? You don't
that's
know
what I'm saying.
But you know where MSG is.
Everybody knows where MSG is.
That's the Mecca, man.
The world's most famous arena.
People love to play there and everything.
Yeah, they love to come play there, but to play as a New Yorker, nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
But switching over, going across the bridge, the Nets. On my way over here, I seen that they mutually parted ways with their coach, and that kind of puzzled me because I didn't see that. Yeah,
today.
Yes.
I didn't see that at all.
With Kenny Atkinson.
Yes, they part ways last night or this morning. Wow. I saw that yesterday, and that kind of threw me by surprise because I'm like,
why?
Yeah,
that's a head scratcher, man.
Yeah, they're 7th in the East.
Yeah,
and they don't have Kyrie nor
Durant.
And
players like LeVert are emerging as this guy could be a good piece.
Good.
So I gotta do a little bit more homework on that. It's probably something that's locker room based.
Oh yeah,
maybe the players.
He's not leading the team. Something they're not.
It's something
they're not getting behind what he wants.
Yeah, and maybe the Nets could have like a better coach that's like, yo, look, I got KD, I got Kyrie next year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Who would that coach?
Who's available?
I'm just saying. Maybe these backdoor deals are where maybe Jason Kidd, even though he's on the Lakers staff, like, yo, we might bring you back if you know what I mean. It might be one of them type of deals where it's like they talking behind the scenes of, hey, yo, look, we're gonna part ways with this with Kenny Atkinson, and I don't know because it's mind-boggling that he would step that they would mutually part ways.
Even this late, when you're in a playoff hunt without your two big stars, like it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's almost like when was it David Blatt or what?
David Blatt.
When he got
fired midway,
and they had what, like 2 or 3, 4 or 5 losses or something.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the beginning of the season.
When they brought Tyronn Lue over.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, it wasn't even like a month in. He was out,
and they were winning.
But they were saying that was due to LeBron. Isn't that when he was there?
Yeah.
They were saying like him and LeBron were not seeing eye to eye, and obviously LeBron controls a lot of things,
and that's
with his stature, man. He does. You want to please, one of the best players in the NBA right now.
The best player,
generational player.
Yeah.
So,
I ain't gonna argue.
It's puzzling though.
So I gotta ask, did y'all see the performance that GOAT James put on last night?
I saw some highlights, man. I saw some good defense. I saw him taking to the hole. He's good, man.
Did he make a strong case? Now I see the comments, man. I read the comments. People are saying AD. No disrespect to AD. AD gets credit, but there's some games AD disappears.
Yeah.
There are games AD.
Well, at least in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and
he's at the bottom, somewhere in the middle of the pack.
He's a big reason for the Lakers' success. Yes, we have to see what that is in the playoffs. But the engine or the conductor of this is basically LeBron James.
Yeah. I was talking with him yesterday about how LeBron made his case closer to be an MVP. Mm-hmm. He made it better with the win last night. Mm-hmm. And they got a big game coming up on Sunday against the Clippers. they win that game, he'll improve his chances of winning MVP even more.
If he dominates tomorrow, he'll stamp.
I was like, it depends on what he does. Yeah, if he dominates, if he comes in, puts up at least 35.
Now, if he dominates,
and they have to win though.
They have to win. If he dominates,
they're only 3 games back behind Milwaukee in the loss column.
Yeah. Who the Lakers?
Yeah.
Oh, I think they're like 48 and 13.
They can end up winning the best record. If they win the best record, then now you
but that also goes to the Ja Morant Zion conversation. Even though it's different because they both hold on.
Go ahead.
Even though Ja been from day one, yes. But if Zion and his impact can overtake him in that 8th spot. Right now, they got the 8th spot on lock. I think everybody's like 3 games back, 3.5 games back. Mm-hmm. But if you can make a run, push towards the end, and beat out Memphis, and they do play Memphis in the last 20 games 2 times out of the 20, that'll be big. Nah. But I think Ja has the majority of the votes, but, it's still yet to remain. But in the case of LeBron, he's been doing this all year.
Oh, yeah, and what is he, 35?
He's 35 in human years, but in dog years, he's like 100.
I mean, he's 35, and he's making these young guys look foolish.
Giannis had 30-something, but it was a tough 30-something.
Yeah, it was 30. He had, I think, 32, 33.
Yeah, and then what I loved about last night is LeBron took the challenge.
Yeah.
I want to guard Giannis.
At 35. Dude, he's not shying away from it. He's like, I'm not ready to give you the spot, the best in the league.
It's a 10-year difference.
Yes.
Giannis is 25.
25, but
it's crazy. It's incredible.
He's so good. I mean, his story where he came from to where he was almost not going to play in the NBA because of legality reasons with his parents not being able to come over from overseas from Greece to here.
Yeah,
and they almost didn't make it, and then now he's
one of the faces of the league.
Yeah.
That's a dope story.
Incredible. You got to appreciate that, but he's not ready to. He ain't ready to take over the throne.
Nah, not yet.
Soon. Giannis will be the face of the league in the next 2 or 3 years.
I don't think if he stays with Milwaukee,
I gotta disagree with that.
Yeah,
because you just don't like Giannis.
No. I don't. No. My thing is, he has some young boys that's on his tail.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Okay, this is LeBron and Giannis is coming, but the gap between Giannis and the rest of the league, you got Luka Doncic that's coming.
That dude,
pause. Yeah. He's on the cusp. We have to see a whole full season or 2 from Zion. Yeah. But Luka,
Luka and Tatum.
Yeah, Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum is now
Young.
If Jason Tatum can put on another performance like he did 2 years ago in the playoffs, he's closing that gap on Luka. I would say he would have the head start over Luka, but what Luka's doing this season is phenomenal.
I told him I feel like Luka will be the best player in the league in about 3 years.
Yes,
that's 3 years.
Was he 19? He's 19.
No, he just turned 21. He just turned 21.
Okay,
21, yeah. 21.
But that's
right.
Now you look at a dude that's 21 and Giannis is 25, and you got dudes that are right behind him.
Yeah.
So that's why I said the window for Giannis, and then another thing with Giannis is you're not even going to be the best player in the East next year. Once Kevin Durant comes back.
Okay, I was like, who? Okay, that's right. Yeah, KD. I forgot.
Nah, I'm over there. He's salty right now.
I'm not. I'm not salty, but it's hard to argue against these cases.
You think Kevin Durant is just outright better than Giannis?
Yes.
He can shoot. That boy can shoot.
The only thing he probably can't do better is defend and rebound. Kevin Durant is a bucket.
Yes.
Offensively, yeah, he's a better.
There's nothing.
Better offensive player. He's one of the better offensive players.
If you look at all the NBA players and how they talk about Kevin Durant, everybody you ask is going to say there's nothing you can do with Kevin Durant. Offensively, you can't guard him.
Yeah, because you can't pack the paint.
They're going to be a juggernaut on offense. When they get Irving back next year as well, both of those players are unguardable.
If Kyrie can have more of a point guard mentality,
or a leader,
I agree.
If he could be a leader,
that too.
I think they'll be good to go. But
he struggles with that. I think he struggles with being a leader. To me,
100%.
He does not want to really take the team over.
No, I think he wants to take over. He just doesn't know
how to.
Okay,
he wants to take it over from a offensive standpoint, not from a mental. Like, all right, fellas, I need y'all help. And then when it's time for me, y'all get on pause, y'all get on my back.
Yeah.
There's a difference between somebody coasting through 3 quarters and the 4th quarter, let me take over.
And that was the formula for success in Cleveland.
Yes.
LeBron would carry for 3, and then they just let the cage loose and say, go ahead, Kyrie, take over for the 4th quarter. But he doesn't want to do that.
Yeah.
But it's tough, man.
He has a score first mentality.
Yeah.
That's he's not a traditional point guard.
No. It's just.
But you know who is? Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, let's talk about Lonzo. Since we here now.
Okay, so what's your opinion on Lonzo?
I think Lonzo is up and coming.
Better yet, what's his ceiling? That's the question.
I think he could be an all-star.
An all-star?
Mm-hmm. I mean, he has the tools. The only thing that's missing from his game is his offense. He can defend, he can rebound, he can assist. He gets a lot of the hockey assists where he passing and that guy's making the pass, and his play is infectious. His hustle. You look at Lonzo's stats and it doesn't reflect on if you watch the game, to where if you look at LeBron's stats and LeBron play, they equal up to each other.
Right.
LeBron's stats 35 and okay, he dominated the game, but then you look at Lonzo, he only has maybe 15 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and they don't tell you about him, doing certain things that are not calculated on stats wise. So if you watch the game and understand the game of basketball, he's an old school point guard. He's not going to go for 30, 40 points a night like a Kyrie, like a Steph Curry, like these point guards. Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? If I can get you 25 points, I can get you 20, I can get you 15, and I got 5, and we win. That's what I rather us win. See, nowadays you got guys like Devin Booker and a couple years ago Damian Lillard screaming about being all-stars and your team is not even in the playoffs. Lonzo's not going to be one of those dudes. Lonzo's going to be like, I don't care about none of that. The accolades, all of that. And LeVar even talked about it. Lonzo just wants to win.
Right.
He's been a winner. Mm-hmm. That's all he wants to do. And nowadays we're in this me era where it's all about me. Lonzo's like, listen, as long as we win, I don't care what the stats are. You look at a guy like, and Chauncey Billups said it a couple of years ago, Melo would get mad if he didn't get his 30 and they won. But then when he did get 30, 40, they lost, he was happy. That's not Lonzo's mentality. A lot of players nowadays, I guarantee you that's their mentality. I got my 50. What you looking at everybody else is like, you're supposed to make everybody better being the leader. So that's just my take on it.
So you think he's gonna put up all-star numbers eventually at some point in his career?
Well,
I don't think so.
Well, when I say all-star numbers, it could be maybe 17, 9 and 9 or something like that. He's not going to be a 25 a night scorer. With Brandon, as long as they stay together with Brandon Ingram, Drew Holiday, Zion.
Why though? You were the number 2 pick. How can you not be?
I just went on a 25-minute rant about him being a traditional point guard.
But traditional doesn't sell anymore.
Just because you're a traditional point guard doesn't mean you can't score.
Okay, if he's taking up all the shots, Kyrie Irving, Russell Westbrook, who else is getting shots off? If he's leading the team, if he's leading the team, how do you expect Zion and them to get going if he's leading them in scoring?
He doesn't have to lead him in scoring. He just has to have an impact in scoring.
Okay, so 25, right?
Like, okay, let's say if you think of the top 15 point guards today, they're all scoring point guards.
Yes.
And all of them are in the playoffs. More times than not, they're going to be, except maybe Trae Young.
But who else is on their team?
So for you to succeed today as a point guard,
I'm asking you, who else is on their team?
You have to be able to score.
Who else is on their team? Are they the leading scorers, or is somebody else being that leading scorer?
Majority of them are. Dame
Lillard.
Steph,
they're not in the playoffs.
Kyrie. Well,
they're not in the playoffs.
Not this year.
Kyrie. They're playing better without Kyrie.
Listen, not this year. Of course, next year when they all get to, like Steph will be in the playoffs next year. Dame, when they have a whole healthy roster next year, they'll be in the playoffs. They're just getting Nurkic back this week.
Okay, Steph is an anomaly. We can't even put Steph in that conversation.
Dame was in the Western Conference last year. John Wall, he's been in the playoffs multiple times.
Yeah, John Wall.
Chris Paul, is he a traditional point guard?
Yes.
He had points in his career where he put up over 20 points per game.
Yes, he's a traditional point guard, but who was on his squad?
He had the Blake Griffin squad. with the Clippers.
Okay, a young Blake Griffin. At some point, Blake Griffin was scoring more than him, right?
Yeah.
Same thing when he was with the Pelicans. He had Tyson Chandler and David West. Now, he might have been scoring 20-something points, but you had dudes that really, besides David West, Tyson Chandler wasn't getting his own shot. All that was lobs. So now like I said, maybe he's more like a Jason Kidd to me, Lonzo Ball. He's not a Steph Curry. He's not a Dame Lillard. He's not those. And then the guys that we're talking about are truly two guards trapped in one's body. Steph Curry is a two-guard trapped in one's body.
That's what most of the league is today.
Dame Lillard is a two-guard trapped in one's body. Same thing with Kyrie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so those are
all all the way down the line to John Wall.
They all cut from that Iverson cloth.
Yeah.
Lonzo's cut from that Jason Kidd cloth.
He reminds me of Rondo. Lonzo Ball. Rajon Rondo does not put up points, but that man, when he's on the court,
but he has
he facilitates
the old Rondo, not this Rondo.
The Celtics,
Boston
Rondo.
Celtics.
Yeah.
I mean, when he was on the court, he would shut it down.
Now Rondo, he didn't have to score that much because he had the big three,
Garnett,
and he had them, Eddie House and stuff like that. So he didn't have to score, and they were successful. Nobody was sitting there saying Rondo has to score more.
But he wasn't also number 2 overall pick.
I get that.
Terrence,
And then another thing with Lonzo, he's not very good in the half court. He's like
offensively.
Yeah. What can he do for you in the half court?
Like I said before, the only thing that's missing from his game is offense. That's it.
That's a big hole, man.
That's it.
That's a big hole in your game.
Have y'all watched the last 2-3 games?
It's a small sample.
I watched the Miami Heat game yesterday.
Did you watch the game before that? Yeah. The last 3 games.
The last 5 games to be in.
Yeah,
he's averaging almost 20 points a game.
Yeah, but that's a small sample of what he can do on a larger scale once he gets that down pat and given a chance.
I think, Terrence, to be honest, you would have a better case if Lonzo was in the East. You would have a better case of him being an all-star. But in the West, it's too many guards or point guards that would get denied before him.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
he could potentially put the numbers up, but he might not. He might not get the votes.
If they're the top 3 and you got those 3 guys and he's averaging almost a triple-double, how can you not put him in there? He almost had a triple-double last night.
Yeah. See, the era that he's playing in, though, the way he plays is not successful right now.
It's more maybe 15 plus years
he was
ago.
Here 10, 15 years ago, he would dominate.
He'd dominate.
But here in this league, not a transition, but kind of like the NFL switched to all passing.
Yeah.
In the NBA, like, we don't care about guys who facilitate the ball. Fans or players. We want a guy who can
score.
I give you the ball. I want you to be like a Kyrie, like shake somebody and go for the layup or whatever. We want to see that.
That doesn't lead to winning.
Well, with Kyrie it does. Or it has,
Steph
I should say.
Well, Steph,
anomaly, but
anomaly, yeah.
Okay.
Steph,
I was like,
Steph is a transcendent, another kind of player.
Yeah,
but I like the takes now compared to now. I'm calling him a bum, and we was about to.
I wouldn't necessarily he's a bum, but I definitely don't think at number 2 overall. He's not where he should be.
Bum might have been a stretch.
Yeah, I was about to say. You got.
He's mediocre.
That's fine. But a bum?
Okay. I maybe I went too far by saying he's a bum, but he's a rotational quality guy, and I corrected myself every episode since.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
But being as that Nam was late, we're gonna have to wrap this up early.
Damn, just throw me under the bus.
Yeah, I got to. I ain't pointing no fingers or nothing like that. Basically, what we do is we bless our guests with gifts, and I ain't leave them today.
Awesome.
So, here you go.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Here you go.
Appreciate it, bro.
You guys are officially 9 to 5. Man. Hold the shirt up for the YouTube so everybody can see. You know what I mean?
You guys are welcome back to come back anytime.
You guys are welcome to come back.
I'll be on time next time.
On time. We got to cut this short, but this wraps up episode 21.
Come on, Terrence.
It's your boy T.
It's your boy Nam.
My name is Ahmed, man. Appreciate it having me on.
It's your boy George.
Oh yeah, we got to get them on again, man. We got to get them on again. All right.